Even after I was diagnosed with anorexia, I didn't believe there was a problem. I just thought, okay, yeah, I'm here, they've called it this, but it's not that. I'm just going to go along with it, and I'm just going to keep following what it tells me to do and what it tells me to say. And so it took a while for me to notice that there was a problem. I think it was more when I started feeling sick and I started really starting to, go to the hospital because of little things like stomach pain that I couldn't take it anymore. The pain was just too bad. Well, they treat you like you're a criminal in hospital. You're just, they go looking for the food that you snuck under the pillow, or, a lot of the times people aren't, people are fed through the gastric tubes, and you don't get a choice of what you're going to have for breakfast or, lunch or dinner. And they look for the weights in your gowns and all of that sort of stuff. And at home, you're given the freedom that, you weigh yourself when you want to be weighed. And I think, looking back, really I should appreciate that I was never forced into the hospital, and I was lucky that I was never put into the hospital, because I would have lost a whole lot of control that I really wanted to have.
And you've just come from your exam this morning.
Yeah.
So that's a big achievement for you.
Yeah, especially to get up on stage and not just do it, but actually enjoy it and want to keep going. So yeah, it's a big change.
Wow. Was anorexia at one time trying to prevent you from having a singing career?
Yeah, you couldn't sing. There was and it stopped becoming a joy. It was a chore, and that's not what my singing was meant to be for me. So then when I started enjoying it, I had to push him out the window and push the music back in.
And what's it like having come from that exam after 2 or 3 years preparation for it, and knowing that you had to defeat anorexia to get there?
A real relief. I even look back a year ago and I sat the same exam but failed it because I was negative, because I had those same anorexic thoughts. You're going to fail. So I walked in thinking I'm going to fail. Whereas, this exam, walked in with a little bit of butterflies in the stomach, but I knew that was normal, and I just looked at those examiners and thought, no, I'm going to get through this. So yeah, it's a big change.
Were there other ideas that you had that helped you, or hopes for your own self in the future that helped you fight back against anorexia?
At first it's like, oh, I shouldn't be doing that, what's going to happen? But then being physically healthier, you can say, hold on, that's what I want, and this is me. It's not somebody else that's, in the end, who's going to make me happy if I don't make myself happy.